It is Tuesday, October 6, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. With no Super Dirt Week happening in 2020 because of the pandemic, World Racing Group has replaced the week with what they are calling DIRTcar OktoberFAST. Starting tonight, 6 nights of racing commence with Northeast competitors taking on 6 different racetracks. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but I wanted to kind of jump in and do a preview kind of the week, give you the full schedule again, and we'll certainly kind of talk about this more as the week goes on, the results and things. So the schedule looks like this. Action kicks off tonight at Albany-Saratoga Speedway with the Super Dirt Car Series, DIRTcar Sportsman Modifieds, and DIRTcar Pro Stocks. Tomorrow, racers head to Utica Rome Speedway, which will feature the Super Dirt Car Series 358 Modifieds and Pro Stocks. Thursday is at Fulton Speedway for the Super Dirt Car Series 358 Modifieds and Sportsman Modifieds. Friday, action moves to Can-Am Speedway for the Big Blocks 358s and Sportsman Modifieds. Saturday, the Big Blocks and Sportsman Modifieds head to Land of Legends Raceway, and then the week closes out Sunday at Weed Sports Speedway for the Big Blocks, Sportsman Modifieds, and Pro Stocks. Every Big Block show all week is $7,500 to win, except the finale at Weed Sport. That's going to pay $10,000 to win. A number of other awards are available throughout the week, with more than $300,000 available to racers across the different divisions. So plenty of money on the line this week for all of the different Northeast divisions, like things like pull awards and all kinds of other things have been added in to make the week a little more lucrative for the drivers. With fans not being allowed at the track, all 6 nights of racing can be watched live on Dirt Vision with your Fast Pass. Shane Andrews and Dan Kapuzinski will be on the call all week, so a couple of familiar names, familiar faces will be calling the racing action all week long for you. As for the racing itself, expect healthy car counts each of the 6 nights. The Northeast has been a bit starved for racing this year, and those drivers will certainly be pumped up to be able to get out to the track. For the Big Block Modifieds, expect the usual suspects to be in contention each night. Guys like Stuart Friesen, Matt Shepard, Larry White, Eric Rudolph, Anthony Perego, and others have multiple wins this year already. And then for the 358s, Matt Williamson, David Hebert, and Mike Maresca lead the way in weekly points. The Sportsman Modified battle in the points is tight at the top right now between Andrew Buff, Kevin Root, and Zach Sabatka. Root has 10 wins this season. And in Pro Stock Racing, Luke Horning currently leads the weekly points with 8 wins and 25 top 5s in 30 starts. So it should be a really fun week of racing over the next 6 nights. And with things kind of winding down across the country, there's not a whole lot of competition this week across the streaming services. So this will kind of be a really good week for the Northeast divisions to kind of take center stage. They're live on Dirt Vision. If you're looking for something to watch this week, need a little dirt racing fix, certainly make sure to tune in there. Like I said, we'll keep you updated on results and everything all week long. Certainly be tuning in ourselves. I think it's going to be a really fun week. And it sucks to not be able to get Super Dirt Weekend in a year like this, but this is a nice replacement for that. And it's going to be something we really haven't seen before. I saw somebody kind of compared it to a shorter kind of like almost like Summer Nationals schedule where guys are going to be racing over a bunch of nights at a bunch of different racetracks. And so it'll be interesting to see how the drivers kind of adjust to that over the course of the week. With so many different surfaces and track types and things like that kind of on the schedule this week. So it'll be certainly interesting all week long to follow these guys and kind of see how it goes. And again, plenty of money on the line. Like I said, you can watch live all week long with your Fast Pass on Dirt Vision. I went through and looked through some stats and stuff from the weekend. There are a few things that kind of stand out to me, and I'm going to try to do this more often. And I've been doing this a little bit on social media, on the Twitter account, posting some of the different stats and things like that after the weekends. But I want to kind of highlight some of this stuff a little bit more. And so I got a few things from the weekend that I'll share. Even though Devin Moran had a flat while leading Saturday at the Pittsburgher 100, he's been much better as of late in Lucas competition. His average finish over the last 6 races is 8.4. Which is his best stretch since the season started back in February. Speaking of Luke Soul Late Model Dirt Series, with his win on Saturday night, Ricky Thornton Jr. is suddenly the hottest driver with the series. His average finish over the last 5 races is 4.4, including 3 podium finishes and that win. We mentioned that yesterday. Ricky Thornton Jr. is a guy definitely on the rise this year. Certainly made a name for himself in late model competition. Been running up towards the front a lot. Has a Lucas win, a World of Outlaws win. It's been a nice year for Ricky Thornton Jr. Brandon Shepard continues to do Brandon Shepard things. He's finished 4th or better in 8 of his last 9 World of Outlaws late model starts, including 3 wins. His average finish over the last 5 races is 2.4. Certainly not surprising to see why he's leading the World of Outlaws points right now, and by a fairly wide margin. I mean, basically, that title is wrapped up at this point. Both late model tours right now, the points are basically wrapped up with Jimmy Owens having such a big lead in the Lucas points and Shepard having such a big lead in the World of Outlaws points. And since finishing outside the top 10 all 3 nights back at Knoxville in August, Donnie Schatz has been on a roll. He's finished in the top 10 in 15 straight World of Outlaws sprint car races. He's got 2 wins in the last 5 races and the best average finish in the series over that span at 4.6. With so few races left with the World of Outlaws, this is kind of the run that he needed to get on to really have an opportunity to win that championship. He's still 70 points back right now. Brad Sweet and Logan Schuer have been at the top now for a while, and he's going to have to continue probably running, top 5, top 3, and continue getting some more wins to be able to really get back in this competition for this championship with so few races left. So it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do over the next few weeks. The Outlaws are back this weekend at Port Royal. If you'd like to see more stats like this, you can find those over at DIRTRACKR.com/analytics. Plenty of stuff there. World of Outlaws, Sprint Cars, Late Models, All-Stars, and Lucas, and plans to add a whole lot more there. So that's a good place to go peruse if you're setting your Dirt Tracker or your Dirt Draft lineups as well. There is a new Dirt Tracker Conversations episode out today. This one features sprint car competitor Tori Knutson. Tori jumped into 410 competition full-time this season and raced at Knoxville weekly besides scattered starts with the World of Outlaws, All-Stars, and IRA. She joined me to talk about her journey to sprint cars, dealing with the haters, racing with the best, and a whole lot more. You can find the episode in this podcast feed or over on the Dirt Tracker YouTube channel. Certainly hard to not be a fan of Tori after that conversation. She's done a fantastic job, kind of rising up through the ranks and kind of realizing that dream of being able to race, in a 410 full time and with series like the Outlaws, the All Stars, the IRA, things like that. So fun conversation. Check that out if you are looking for some longer form listening today. There are 2 shows on the DIRTRACKR.com streaming schedule for tonight. Flow Racing has USAC 24/7 as usual, and then Dirt Vision has the opener for DIRTcar OktoberFAST at Albany-Saratoga Speedway. If you'd like to see the full list with links to watch, you can check that out over at DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. I've actually got to run out to help another show a little bit later here. If you're so inclined, check out Wing Nation today. I will be co-hosting with Steve Post. I'll be filling in on the live show and the podcast this week. Today's guests are Donnie Schatz and Anthony Macri, so you can find that show over at wingnation.com if you'd like to check that out today as well. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and don't forget to sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.